thank you for joining us for this discussion on childhood obesity. What are schools doing? This is the third episode in a 4-part series that the Pottstown Area Health and Wellness Foundation is sponsoring. And joining me today is Stephanie Petrie, and she is the Health and Phys Ed Lead Teacher for the Boyertown Area School District. Thank you for joining us today, Stephanie.
Thank you for having me.
We've been talking a lot about childhood obesity and that it's a national epidemic. So we kind of assume that schools are aware of this and that they're doing something and they're concerned. So they're going to try to play their part to combat this issue. Is this in fact true? And if so, let's start at the top. And what is the state of Pennsylvania doing to implement programs in the educational system that will trickle down into the local area?
Well, the Pennsylvania Department of Education has created state standards for health, physical education, and safety, and schools should be looking at their curriculum for physical education and health and making sure that it's meeting those standards that the state has established. Other things that are happening this spring, they have adopted Chapter 12 in draft form, which is including regulations related to nutrition, things that are served in the cafeteria, things that are offered in school parties, and also physical activity recommendations for all school-age students K to 12. So that, like I said, is in draft form, but is really helping support initiatives to increase the focus of nutrition and physical activity in all schools for all children.
That's great. So if that passes, schools will have to follow standards in the cafeteria and for physical education and all of that. That'll be more standardized?
Yeah, and it is regulated, and because there is local control with school boards, the schools will need to develop a plan of how they would implement those kinds of strategies within their school district. So schools that are already looking at their curriculum and looking at what they're doing for children are going to be ahead of the game as far as helping children kind of combat this obesity issue that we're faced with in America right now.
Very good. You are in the Boyertown School District, so I know that you have a lot of things that you do to try to combat childhood obesity. You have a lot of programs. Why don't you tell us about a few of those just so we can become more aware of what you're actually doing for students? Because I think sometimes parents aren't fully aware of everything that the school offers. The child might be, but they don't want to do it or whatever. But what are some things that Boyertown is doing?
One of the biggest things that we've done is the revision of our curriculum. And we really are looking to meet the needs of all of our children. Not everyone is going to be on a sports team, so we've done a lot of work K to 12 to really look at how can we provide opportunities for all children to have opportunities to move and to be active. So that's something that K to 12 has happened during the school day, which is really exciting. Other programs that we have developed and worked towards, Rich Sachs, who's one of our phys ed teachers at the high school, had a vision of a program after school for students who are interested in being active and being concerned about their nutrition. That's called the STEALTH program, which is students training, eating, and living totally healthy. And along with Rich and Barb Furman's help, the three of us have kind of been co-advisors to kind of help this club continue to move. We have some wonderful students that help run, and we plan events and challenges throughout the year, and it's things after school all students can participate in, and it just has encouraged them to think about what do they do on a daily basis to stay healthy and be moving. And we're excited to expand that into the junior high this year also.
Oh, that's great.
And create a running program for students at the junior high. So we're just looking for creating opportunities and that things that don't happen during the school day, what can we do to help support those lifetime decisions after the school day?
Very good. And you said, too, you have some curriculum changes that you made?
Yes. In particular, our high school has done some, there's been K to 12 changes. The biggest changes as far as course offerings at our high school, our juniors and seniors have a choice of wide variety of activities. And again, that's to meet the needs of all of our students. A couple new courses. We've had an outdoor education course where students can learn about activities in the outdoors, fishing, hiking, frisbee golf. But some of those alternative activities that aren't necessarily sports-driven, a personal fitness class that really focuses on the needs of individual students. And we do offer some other what people may consider traditional physical education classes also. So really the goal is to help meet the needs of every student at whatever level they're ready to move.
There's something there for everyone.
Right, that's what we hope for.
That's awesome. It seems like an obvious question, but why are schools so concerned with childhood obesity? What's the trickle-down effect to schools?
That's a good question, and really, if there's tons of data on the Center for Disease Control, and I could go on for that forever, but just holistically looking at, the children are our future, and not to be too cliche-ish, but looking at, this is our future. If we don't raise a healthy generation, who will be there to be doing the things that adults need to do? So really helping children look at a healthy lifestyle and selecting activities, behaviors that will promote that, and also just to help them learn. Research. Right. There's more and more research out there showing that healthy children are more ready to learn, and in particular in Boyertown, we're really looking at how can we help all of our children be successful in not just the academic areas, but also in their health, and then how that all is interrelated and works together.
Very good. We're going to show some websites at the end of this episode with the area school districts and websites they can go to for parents to go as a reference to see what their schools are offering. But just because they know what's offering, they don't always able to motivate their children. What are some things parents can do to motivate their children to take advantage of some of these opportunities that are out there? Well,
I think a lot of first step is if the parent is looking for programs, maybe stop in and see a PE teacher, parent night, find out what opportunities may be offered outside of the school day, or what programs may be already established in the school. And they're not always on the website. Sometimes a teacher just does something after school with children, may run a Frisbee tournament or something along those lines. So I think your health and phys ed professional in the building is a great resource. But making it a family affair. If a child shows an interest in Frisbee golf, go to a local Frisbee golf course and try it out as a family bike ride, and just kind of making it a part of your own family's culture and lifestyle. Really will encourage, it won't seem out of the ordinary for children.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much, Stephanie.
You're welcome.
To view the entire 4-part series in its entirety, please log on to www.missionhealthyliving.org.